Hi friends, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, big welcome to you. And if you're a returning viewer, a big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode of this week's podcast. And boy, do I have a lot of information to share with you. First and foremost, we're going to start off with the most important thing, because it's super exciting. Well, first of all, if you're a newsletter subscriber, you are in for a treat. If you haven't checked your inbox yet this week, which I hope you have, but if you haven't, definitely run on over to your inbox. If you don't see it in your main inbox, check your junk mail. Hopefully it's not in your junk mail, but look for an email from me for your newsletter. And there is an extra special birthday discount for you, and it is a steeper discount than I'm going to talk about in a moment, and you also get an extra added bonus. So I definitely wanted to make sure you guys don't miss out on that, because it's super fun and it's a way that we can all join in celebrating my birthday. My birthday is this weekend. It's 30th of March. So this entire week, starting actually last Sunday, I had that's when I sent out the emails. So if you didn't check your email, I hope you did. But if you didn't, make sure you don't miss out. The coupon code is good through the 31st of at midnight. So 31st of March at midnight. And it's a really good deal. And again, you get an extra special bonus on top of that. But if you're not a newsletter subscriber, make sure you're a newsletter subscriber. You get these extra special deals, and anytime I have discounts, I do it through the newsletter. This one being my annual birthday celebration. I wanted to kind of include everybody because I do want to recognize those of you that support me through Instagram and YouTube. I want you guys to also get a discount. It won't be the same as newsletter subscribers, but you do get a discount. And it's a really good one. So if you aren't a newsletter subscriber, you can still get 20% off by using the coupon code MN, so MN as in Multifarious Nature, and then Insta, and that will be 20% off of your whole purchase. And the extra special exciting part about that is that's off of anything in stock in the store. So that, yes, if there is any, which there's not many left, but if there are any of the advents from prior years, you definitely can purchase that, and those will ship right away. So you can have them to start opening right away, or if you want to save them for December time frame and open it during that time, totally up to you. You could give them as gifts. It's a really great time to get a great deal on those. So those are all on sale in the shop right now. So you use that coupon code at checkout. So when you go to checkout where it says discount code, that's where you're going to put that code. So it's capital, all capitals, MN Insta, and that will give you that 20% off. It will be applied, and you'll see that before you check out. Please, 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 please make sure you see that discount before you check out, because you cannot retroactively add the discount. Once you check out, it's finalized. So I don't want you to miss out on that extra special deal, and I hope you will join me in the celebrations. It's very exciting. And it's a super fun thing that I like to do each year. And so I am going to go ahead and tuck my necklace into my shirt, because I just realized that it wasn't tucked in, and I have been told that that makes some noise. So sorry about that if it made some noise as I got super excited. All right, so that is the shop update end of things. Oh, also shop update oriented. The wonderful Tunis bats will be coming to the shop, but I am still waiting on getting my drum carder fixed. My husband is working quite diligently on trying to fix it. Basically, I need an upgraded motor. Not only that. I need an upgraded motor, but also the large drum, I don't know what it's called, but it broke, and so I needed that replaced too. I apparently was way too hard on it. I don't think I am, but I guess I was. So we got a really intense motor for it, and I have a feeling it's going to be a lot heavier now. Oh dear. But we'll see. We will see. And once that gets fixed, I will do a video about how to use a drum carder, and by how to use it, how I use my drum carder, because as I've mentioned before, many times I use wool that has lanolin on it. I know, shocking. It's controversial. Some people do not like adding lanolin in their wool when they use their tools. I'm not so precious about it, and primarily my understanding is that many tools almost needed to use dirty wool back in the day when the base of the tools were leather with the tines attached to it. So the grease from the wool actually kept things like in working order. So I keep thinking with our modern technology, like, why would it matter to use greasy, but to each their own. If you do not want lanolin in your wool, of course, then don't use it on your machinery, because it will probably not come off. There'll probably always be like a little lanolin on there. Anyway, there you go. Totally random and got sidetracked to no end. But yeah, Tunis bats, the long and short of it. They're coming to the shop, so thank you for your patience. They're really beautiful, and it's so soft, and I'm really frustrated. I literally started making one bat, and it died. So I have all the rest of them divided, and it's ready to go. I just can't do it at the moment. So as soon as I'm able to, I'll get that out. Well, let's talk about the works in progress. You guys, I'm so excited. I got picked for a test knit. I mentioned last week that I was waiting to find out if I'd get picked. And I'm so grateful that I was picked, because I love the pattern. It's wonderful. And I'd love to talk about it, and I'd love to show you guys, but it is a secret test knit. She will divulge when we are able to talk about it. So I'm going to have to keep it a secret until then. So unfortunately, I won't be able to talk about that one, which I've been working on quite a bit this week. But that's okay, because I also did work on a few other projects earlier in the week and during my lunch breaks. So I can talk about those. And here we are. So let's get into those works in progress. I worked on this past weekend, and I'm so glad I did. I've been missing it. It is a tedious project. It's a really nice one. It's my first all-over colorwork sweater, and it is the framed sweater. I almost called it the brick sweater. This framed sweater by Andrea Mowry of Drea Renee Knits. And yes, this has been on the needles since before October. And it went into hiatus there for a bit, and I kind of almost forgot about it. I don't know how I forgot about it, but I did. I kind of forgot about it. And I saw it the other day, and I'm like, I want to work on this. So I started working on it. As you can see, this is using a lot of different types of wool. So I have some fingering. It's my alpaca blend. So it is 20% superfine alpaca and 60% superwash merino and 20% nylon. And that is on my Cherry Hill colorway is what's on there. So that was a colorway that I had a pre-order for, and it's so vibrant and beautiful. I love that color so much. I might bring it back sometime. This kind of one of my favorite reds, really. It really is one of my favorites. So I use that on as my framing color. And then I have some handspun CVM, which is a beautiful soft gray color. And then the multi-color changing yarn is yarn by Stonehenge Fiber Mill. They're out of Michigan, in northern Michigan. And it is their crazy yarn. And so I'm using that as the kind of wild coloring end of things. It is very wild. It's very wild. And because it doesn't change, now I could have controlled this. I really could have. Did I? I didn't. But I could have. It really changes color like throughout the pattern. So you can kind of see it looks like a quilt square. And you can see how that color changes as it goes. Like this is all solid, so that looks very cohesive. But then you have the ones down here where it's like half this and then half that. It gets, like I said, it gets a little bit crazy looking in areas. Uh-oh, I'm gonna drop a stitch. I saw it and I caught it. Phew. We're good, we're good. So, as I mentioned, this is all over color work. I am going to put my needle stoppers on this, which I should have done initially, but I didn't run into this problem, but here we are. Okay, so there we are. And it's really beautiful. I really do like it. I tried it on and the length is really nice. It hits in a nice spot. It feels really good. The sleeves feel really good. That's something I made a very similar cut sweater by her where you make this drop sleeve and then you knit down the sleeves, and it did not fit my arms very well. This one definitely does. So I'm loving it. I am definitely looking forward to being able to wear this, and it will be probably next fall, this coming fall, or in the evenings during the spring. Probably fall though. This really screams fall to me. I mean, a quilt, but it's super fun colors and everything, so I think even in the summer it would be fine at night if it's cold enough. Which Michigan, like the wind, the temperatures shift. I'm wearing a sweater, as I mentioned. It is the end of March, and we had snow this week, and in the 30s, and then today, I think it hit 50. So we're all over the place. We're all over the place with our temperatures. But I am very much enjoying this. It's really fun because even though my handspun is obviously a little inconsistent, I'm still learning. And there are some thicker and thinner parts because you're doing all the stranded color work, which, let me just show you. Let me just show you the floats on this bad boy. Holy guacamole, look at those floats. Like, there are some serious float stuff going on here. This is going to be a very cozy little sweater. That being said, the CVM that I spun up is super lightweight and fluffy. I did woolen spun. That's what I like to do. I'm very much a woolen spun person, hence the bats. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun, very airy and lightweight. This section I was actually able to do solid because I had a bunch of the black. It's interesting. Most of their crazy yarn shifts in color a lot like this. But this section was just solid black. It was just black. So it's very graphic. This area is like nice and graphic, and you can really see those squares that look like quilt blocks. I have some wonderful tea. I hope you guys are sipping on something wonderful. Not sponsored. I've talked about this before, but if you're new, it's Taylor's tea out of Harrogate. It's a British tea brand, and it's blackberry and raspberry. It is one of my favorites. I want to try one of their multi-pack, like multi-flavor packs, because they are so good. This is the first one I've tried from this brand, and it's so delicious. It has so much flavor. I wish I could show you. Maybe you can see it. I don't want to spill it. It's super dark. It's really good. It tastes like fresh crushed raspberries. It's amazing. Alright, so now we're going to get into the Half and Half Triangles wrap by Pearl Soho. This is my second one that I made, and I love this pattern. I love this pattern for so many reasons. It's absolutely wonderful, and you can knit, and to your heart's content. It's garter stitch, so I'm knitting back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I am mid-row, naturally. So I'm just using random colors that I have. Either they were small skeins that I did not know what to do with, so I had 3 of those, and it's this boucle. It's a wool blend, and then this is leftovers from a pattern, from a project I did. Sorry, that's my dog, and she's losing her mind. The colorway is probably my husband, so I don't know why she's losing her mind, but there we go. She's just slightly nuts, let's be honest. Alright, this is Winter is Coming, and it's a speckled yarn by me, yours truly. I dyed that up, and I'm trying to see, I don't know why she's losing her marbles, but anyway, my dog is crazy. For those of you that don't know Rory Rory is a sweet, lovable little mutt. That being said, she is very protective, and when we have delivery people or anything, she kind of loses her mind. If the birds come up on the porch, she will lose her mind at them. If she sees her reflection sometimes, she'll lose her mind at that. And yeah, so I'm just hoping she'll stop so that I can talk and you guys won't listen to her crazy barking because it's really obnoxious. Hopefully there's not somebody outside because my husband's outside, so he really should be able to talk to them. I just really hope that they're not out there waiting to talk to somebody, and here I am because I cannot edit my videos, which is why you guys are listening to this little spiel. Okay, we're gonna try to ignore her, and hopefully she's not super obnoxious, but because we have this wonderful microphone, God only knows how obnoxious she's truly being. Alright, so I forgot to move this, but it was probably around here is where I was last. So I did do quite a bit of knitting. I knit on this during my lunch breaks, and I actually knit on this, believe it or not, while I was reading. That's why I love it even more. So it is very mindless in a sense that I have gotten to the point, I hate saying mindless because I don't want people to think that it's mindless. It's become very repetitive. So I've learned, I have muscle memory now, and so I can knit basic knit, like if it's just stockinette, like back and forth knitting or garter. And I do slow down. I'm not going at the speed that I do when I'm looking, but I've gotten pretty good at it. Or I can read a book while I'm doing it. It's so great. It really gives me some serious progress. It's amazing. So I've been working on that while I've been reading. So, progress! I have about this much left of my skein, so decent amount, still a decent amount. And then I have to figure out which the next color is going to be, and I think the next one, I'm debating, but I think I want to go stripey. So I think my next color is going to be this green, which is a colorway by Woolberry Fiber Co. It was her winter box from, I think, 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Time goes by so fast sometimes. Do you feel that way too? Like, I lose total track of when I've gotten certain things, and especially with yarn. I'm sure you guys can relate to this. And no judgment here. Judgment free. I have lots of yarn that I love and enjoy, and if you're someone who only wants to have yarn for your project and get it done and then out, totally respect it. If you're someone who likes to surround yourself with yarn, like myself, I get it. No, this is my shop here, but I do have my stash over here, and I enjoy it a lot. But this year I definitely have been primarily really focusing on going through my stash, which has been actually a lot of fun. It's rewarding because these yarns I've selected specifically for projects or with ideas in mind of what to make with it, that's really fun. I love it because it's good to make it into what I was hoping for, right? What I was hoping to make with it. So I'm actually going to be doing a video soon here about like what to do with indie dyed yarn. So that's something that a lot of people can get kind of stumped on, and can become a conundrum for them. And I'm happy to give you my opinion based on being someone who hand dyes yarn, and hopefully it'll be helpful. So definitely keep an eye out for those videos. If you haven't done so yet, make sure that you like and subscribe to this video, because if you subscribe, then you'll be notified when that new video posts and you won't miss out. Yeah, I think that's it for my works in progress end of things. Now I'm going to talk about books. So if you're a book lover or want to be a book lover, I am getting back into reading. I made that a priority this year. I don't do like, I made it a priority last year, but I'm really trying to make it more of a priority this year. I don't do resolutions. So I just try, I have goals, and if I hit them, that would be amazing. So one of my goals is health related. So I've been working on that. And then the other thing that is a goal of mine, which I've been doing pretty diligently, is reading more and getting into reading. And so I made a little investment. Little because it was on sale, so I'm really excited about that. I talked about this book, I think I did in my last video. If I didn't, I'd be shocked. I'm pretty sure I did. I started a series that has been out for a while, and you guys, I'm hooked. I am hooked. I am hooked. I really like the main character. So without further ado, not sponsored again, I bought this with my own money. Sarah J. Maas. Or Moss, Sarah J. Moss. I really, really like this series so far. It's cute. Like, it's not cute. Cute's not the right word. The banter's fun. And so this is a YA series. So it's geared towards, I guess, young adult readers. And I always take that with a grain of salt because I feel like I guess maybe I take that with a grain of salt. I'm going to start by saying that because I have read A Court of Thorn and Roses, which is the first book. I read the first book of A Court of Thorn and Roses. And that's a YA book. And in my opinion, it's a little spicy to be YA. I feel like that should be a little bit more towards... I know YA's young adult, but like... adult. Like, it's definitely more adult oriented. So let me just say that right away. This one so far is pretty good. Now my understanding is she wrote this when she was 16. So it's really good. There's no spice in this so far, which is great because that means like maybe all kinds of ages it would be very appropriate for. Now again, I am only there. I am on chapter I think 13. Don't worry, I'm not going to ruin anything for you. 13. Spoiler free, guys. Spoiler free. I'm only on chapter 13 out of like, I think 54 chapters. Bear in mind, her chapters are very short, at least in this book. I don't know about the other ones. I splurged. So they had a sale on Amazon. I really try hard not to go on Amazon and buy books, okay? I've talked about it in the past. One of my favorite places to buy used books, this is not used either, but my favorite place to buy used books is actually thriftbooks.com. And then I have a local bookstore that sells used books. And I really like that place too. It's just kind of small. And when I went there, they don't have any Sarah J. Maas. He says he never really has it because people don't tend to try to give them back. What I have found is you can buy them used. The thing is they, I guess, kind of hold their value because a lot of people really like them. And so people are selling them for a lot of money. Now, there's all different kinds of editions. This is one of the newer editions. The original editions, if you try to buy those, they're like hundreds of dollars for the set, mind you. But still, that's really expensive. If you're a collector, I guess, to each their own. This set was a really good price online. I think I found that it came to less than $10 a book, which most of these books on Amazon, used books even, with the cost of the book and shipping, it came to basically the cost of buying the book by itself. So, brand new. Their value is still up there. So, I decided to buy the box set. I got the whole set. There's 8 books. There's a lot of books. This is probably one of the biggest series that I have taken on since, I think I mentioned this in the last video. It feels like I did. The Princess Diaries when I was in high school. So this has been a long time that I haven't read like a full series. I want to read oh my goodness. They made a whole series that I watched, and my brother was really into the books, and I don't know why my brain is escaping me right now. Oh, good grief. What is the name of it? You guys, if you know what series I'm talking about with the Dragon Queen, like seriously, the fact that it's not coming to me right now is ridiculous. I've watched all the seasons. Wow. It's like Game of Thrones. Oh my gosh. Seriously. Seriously. Okay, Game of Thrones. I would love to read the book series. My brother really liked it, and I would love to. I feel like in the realm of fantasy, in my head, it seems like advanced. And this seems like a gateway into the fantasy world. I've heard A Court of Thorn and Roses it's it's very romantic. It's more of a romantasy, as they call it, like a romance fantasy books. Um, it's good. The first one's good. I did get the box. I did get the box set for that too. It was such a good deal, though. You guys, it was such a good deal. I, they were on sale again. They were all on sale, and I got a gift card from work. That was basically the cost of the books, the one book set, The Court of Thorn and Roses. So I feel very justified in that purchase. This one I also do. As I mentioned, I really like the main character. I'm not going to give too much away. It's on the back of the book, so I'm not going to give too much away this is the first book, so I'm not giving too much away. But yeah, her name is Selena Sardathian, and I really like her. I really like her. She's a powerhouse, and she's spicy. She's spicy and feisty, and it's kind of endearing because you just don't always see that with a lot of female leads in books. Sometimes they can just, I don't know, you just don't see that as often. So like A Court of Thorn and Roses, the main character is a little spicy, but she's not, I mean, it says right on here, the main character's an assassin, so like she's hardcore. She's hardcore, and I really, really, really am enjoying it so far. So I will keep up with you guys on this. I'm going to be diligent about reading this. Like I said, I bought that entire set, and I am invested in reading it. I am not going to speed read through this. Let's not pretend. I am not a fast reader. I read maybe a chapter a day, and like I said, these chapters are really short. I just don't have the time to sit down and read a lot when I'm doing a lot of knitting. And even though I really enjoy this, and this is a joy of mine and part of an escape, knitting is my priority. That is my little small business that I do on the side. So yes, this is just an extra thing I like to do. So I will be very slowly making my way through this. So it would probably take me well over a year to read all of these books. Let's not pretend that I'm going to get right through them. I have seen multiple videos on YouTube where people have read all of these books in like a week. And that's crazy to me. If you can read books that fast, that's amazing. But do you actually absorb it? Do you really feel it? Is it like you're watching a movie when you read them that fast? I don't know. I read it slow and like take it in. And I think as I'm reading it, sometimes I just like, I visualize it. And so I get sucked into everything, the details. I have to say her world building is really good. How she explains these different places they're going to and everything. It's really beautiful. It's beautiful. And I have to say, the fact that this is from a 16-year-old writing this, I do not think I would have written a book like this at 16. She does have little moments of things in here, and you're like, did she really just say that? But there are other things and other words and things like that she uses where you're like, wow, all right. So she did some research, like she thought this through. So definitely recommend this if you're looking for some fantasy. So far, this is like fantasy adventure. It's not romantic, but my understanding. So I know it was an investment, and it sure was, to buy the whole set. But I did find that from what people were saying, if you liked they said the first 3 books, they were kind of like, some people really liked it, some people kind of liked it, and some people didn't really like them that much. Most people, though, I found either liked them a little bit or really liked them. And then the rest of the books I've heard were really good. Most of the reviews, people really liked them. And she wrote those as she got older. So her last couple, I think her last book, she was in her her 30s when she wrote it. So, 16 to 30. Like, this series has been going on for her for years. which is impressive. I have to say, like, to have that commitment to a storyline and characters and world for that long is impressive. She clearly is very invested in it and passionate about it, which I love. I can, as a creative, can relate to that. And I love to see where she's going to go with this. I think it's going to be really interesting. And I've heard it's going to be really interesting. So I'm really enjoying this. So there were a couple reviews where people were saying they really enjoyed these. And then when they got to the last couple books, they just said it was amazing. So I'm really hoping that's my experience. I am going to, you might be wondering, because those of you that have been looking into this Throne of Glass might be wondering about the Blade, Assassin's Blade. That book, I think, was originally written as I think it was written as like the sixth book or something. I'm trying to remember. I'm not an expert. But my understanding is that it's a prequel to the entire series. And you can read it as such. You can read it before these books. But I have seen, and including, I guess, the author, Sarah J. Maas, recommended reading it after the first two books, because these were written before that, and there's some things in here you just don't know yet about the main characters. And so that's part of the mystery, that's part of the lure. And then when you get to, like, after the second book, reading the Assassin's Blade, which comes prior to this, it's going to be kind of like, I think, my understanding, it's how she got to where she is, Selena. So it gives you, like, a lot of history about her, which is really fun. I like that. And I wanted to read it that way. I've seen others read it that way, reviews, and they really liked reading it that way. So that's how I'm going to do it. That's my choice. You do you. And yeah, I have nothing but great things to say about this so far. And I hope that you'll give it a shot if you're looking for a new series. And if you are open to reading fantasy books, I think this is a good gateway into fantasy. It's really good and easy to read. That's the thing. Like, the characters are very likable. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. All right. I'm trying to think if there was anything else with that I wanted to talk about. I think that's it, you guys. I always feel like the book rating is kind of my life update, but I guess life update, we're still trying to work on the sheep shed, and we have to expand it because we're getting 2 more little lambs. I mentioned that in the past video. I'm really excited. They're so stinking cute. I think they're going on 5 weeks now. Oh my gosh, they're so adorable. And they were all named after fishing lures. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. So, for short, one is Ginger. I'm just going to give you their short names because they have, like, a full name, of course. And so it's Ginger, and then Lemon is the other one. I think it's Ginger Quill and Lemon Cahill is the names that they are. And they're so cute. One is brown, like Mort coloring. Oh, I'm so excited. And she has some fun white around her face. I still need to learn the terms of these names. We are very new to Shetland sheep. And so she's more of a Mort, all over brown for the most part. And then the other little one, they are not sisters, like, they're not related. And the other little one is Lemon Cahill. She's black. She's so cute. Oh my gosh. They're so cute. I love it. I love it. These sheep are so fun. And they're all little characters, and I just love it. And the 2 new ones that we're getting are very friendly. Definitely come right up to us, will stay by us, let us give them little scratches. So I'm really hoping they stay a lot like that, because it really helps when it comes to trying to immunize them, like vaccinate them and all that, and just handling them in general. We do handle our sheep quite a bit. We have a very small flock. We have a flock of 3 of them, and now we will have a flock of 5. And it's very important to me that I spend time with them a lot. I sit out in the pasture with them. We only have females, so I don't have to worry about getting headbutt by a ram. but they literally will just like come lay next to me and I give them scratches. It's wonderful. It is the most relaxing thing ever to sit with them. I've talked about this before. It's so cathartic. You just sit there and watch the sunset, and it's wonderful. Anyway, I love it. I love sheepies. We also have 2 more chickens. So we have the 2 chicks. They're like teenagers right now. And then we have 2 more baby chicks that we got because we realize we need more chickens. Yeah, we have a few people that have been purchasing eggs from us, which we really appreciate, which is so great. But we have 2 chickens and one of them lays regularly. The rest are bantams, and those eggs are half the size of regular eggs. And they lay pretty often, but we go through them fast because we need 2 of their eggs to be like a whole egg. But definitely getting excited for springtime now because I want to plant things, so I'm mentally preparing for that and making sure to kind of stay on top of the weeds a little right now. Just that's the biggest thing, is trying to be proactive about that weed end of things, so that doesn't become crazy this year. That's my hope. And yeah, a lot of fun stuff. Working on all kinds of things in the adoption end of things, if you guys are following along with that. So we are working on all of that. That is a lot of work. We are renewing our adoption home study here, so we've been doing that. It's a process. And not that we didn't know it would be a process, but I just don't think people realize when you renew your home study, you literally renew everything. So like we're renewing everything. So we had to redo our fingerprints and like recommendation, like everything. You have to renew it, which is fine, but it's a lot of work and it's a lot of time. And it's asking a lot of time from others as well, which is so appreciated that they're willing to do so, but it is a lot. So grateful for all of those that have done recommendation letters and everything for us. It means the world, literally. I will not get emotional. Okay. Will not get emotional. Yeah, but I really hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are staying healthy and happy, and I hope you are making. And I look forward to catching up with you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Take care. Bye.